For starters, guys, I'm shocked to see that. I'm shocked to see that UConn is still ranked, but not so much that. I'm shocked to see that UConn is still ranked so highly. Is that the Geno effect? Is that the Paige Beckers type effect where this team remains to be ranked so highly at 4-2? Um, you're talking about a team that is basically lucky in that regard because if I'm correct, in fact, I'm gonna look it up. I'm not gonna guess. Yeah, UConn is ranked at 11 at 4-2, and that is a little bit baffling because me personally, um, I understand the history. I understand, the magnitude of greatness of Gino, and just how great it is to have Paige back. And they do have 4 wins, but outside of Tennessee, that's 4-3, and yeah, Tennessee on very slippery slopes, guys. I mean, 4-3. Come on now. I mean, you got to keep up, and they have the least amount of wins than any other team in the top 25. So take that into consideration. Maybe UConn could stay, but unfortunately, old Rocky Top Tennessee would have to get the boot. And like I say, call it unfortunate. Kansas State, even though they lost to us, they moved up. But yeah, UConn 11, they barely outside of the top 10, huh? They're barely outside of the top 10. Make it make sense, because to me, it don't make much. I don't know. It got to be the rich history of the program, perhaps. Because me, if it were left up to me, which it never will be, I would have UConn somewhere between 19 and 23. And so, strength of schedule also matters as well. Marquette is undefeated at 7-0. I just did a sports short, just did like a quick 60-second short talking about unbeaten teams. And you really don't know who you are until you actually lose at least a game. So, that way, like the old Mike Tyson saying, until you get punched in the mouth, you never know how the hell you're going to respond or something like that. I'm paraphrasing. Oh, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. So yeah, you never know how you're going to respond until you actually lose. Because right now, if you look at the top 3 teams in the country, they all on big winning streaks, and everybody is really. I mean, nobody. I mean, even Iowa, even my squad, Iowa. Obviously, UCLA is my team as well. But even if you just look at my squad, Iowa, we on a 4-game winning streak. All these winning streaks, nobody in the top 5 has really lost except for us. We the only ones that's got a loss in the whole, top 5. So that matters. That means something. But yeah, UConn, they must be skating off of the name or something, because at 4-2, I would drop them back, like I said, at least to probably between 19 and 24. They would not be ranked this highly. And even though with Kansas State losing, they moved up 2 spots in the poll. I'm watching to see what the other Big Ten teams are doing because, being an Iowa fan, you got Ohio State and Indiana in there as well. They 5-1. So as great as I feel it is for my Bruins as well to be number 2 in the country, we beat UConn. UConn matters. I don't know who I need to see us beat in order for me to feel entirely secure with this number 2 spot, but I guess as long as we keep winning, it's fine. We'll be fine. But tonight's matchup, where's Virginia Tech at? Are they here? They got to be here somewhere on this top 25 list. Okay, Virginia Tech is 9. And tonight, we're going to talk about it. The LSU big game tonight, LSU versus Virginia Tech, the return of Angel Reese. I'm happy to see her. I'm not going to mince no words. Happy to see that Angel Reese will be back on the court where she belongs. It's her safe haven. We're going to see LSU get tested tonight. The other day against Virginia, I had Virginia pulling the upset against LSU. oddly enough, it was a dogfight, and LSU had to fight to pull that one out tonight. I'm not sure about predictions as far as tonight's game, who's going to win, because you got Elizabeth Kitley and Georgia Amore, who they're truly formidable. That's a formidable tandem right there. And LSU is on a roll, but they haven't really beaten anybody. I mean, Virginia's a tough team, and they are on a 7-game win streak. But I don't know how much trust I want to put into LSU right now. Like I say, first game back for Angel Reese. Kateri Poole is no longer with the team. Haley Van Lith has been playing very well. Anissa Morrow has been playing lights out. Like I say, that's a tough game to predict. If y'all want to tell me who y'all feel would probably win, I'll probably listen to y'all first. If I had to flip a coin on it, though, if I had to, heads or tails, I don't know. I probably would, honestly, I would probably go with Virginia Tech. I really probably would go with Virginia Tech, just because the combination of Kitley and Amore. But then again, LSU, still a loaded team, even though they'll be missing Samaya Smith and, like I said, no Kateri Poole. But they still have Michaela Williams. Angel Reese should come out fired up. Let's hope so. I don't know if she's going to start or not, but it's going to be on ESPN, so it'll be a great game to check out if you got nothing to do. I think they got the nightcap game because actually South Carolina, number 1 in the country, will be playing North Carolina tonight. And I don't like North Carolina's chances because when it comes to North Carolina, in my humble estimation, it's Deja Kelly versus the world right now. I know they only got one other player that's in double figures. I don't know how North Carolina, that's going to be televised too at 6 o'clock on ESPN. I'm not sure how they're going to keep up with a juggernaut team such as South Carolina. I know UNC is ranked, but that don't mean nothing because South Carolina is slapped around the cupcakes and ranked teams almost seemingly simultaneously, even though they haven't, but it sure feels like they just been, who's next? Who wants some of this next? Who wants some of this next? So, South Carolina is probably going to dominate tonight against North Carolina. I just don't see a way out of it. I am surprised, though, when I look at this top 10. You look at the Juju Watkins effect for USC. That girl has been nothing short of absolutely amazing, marvelous, magnificent, whatever verbiage you want to use to describe Juju Watkins. She has just been amazing, has put this program up on her shoulders, and has really, really got them looking like a national title contender. And it's all because of Juju Watkins. No disrespect to her teammates, because her teammates matter. They definitely help out, but guess who leads the ship? Make no mistake, it's Juju Watkins. I'm still waiting to see if North Carolina State is real. They just won an 8-point game. I forgot who they played, but they also dropped Colorado. Colorado went back to number 8. I don't know. I'm not too sold on Colorado, but I do feel they're still a good team. Then you got Texas. Texas is 8-0. They got Rory Harmon. They got Shaylee Gonzalez. So my problem though is like a lot of teams, I only know a handful of players outside of like the teams I root for. Like if you take UCLA, I know the roster. If you tell me Iowa, that's my team as well, I know the roster. Stanford, of course, I know Cameron Brink. South Carolina, of course, Camila Cardoso. Knock on wood, I wish Bria Bill would have came back one more season, but that's water under the bridge. But yeah, they got Malaysia, Full Wiley. I can't say that guard's name is, I think it's Tahina, like Pow. I don't know. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but she in clips, I saw only clips. I've only seen like one quarter of South Carolina basketball this season, but I'm not the kind of person that's going to sit there and watch a game where they beat somebody 101 to 19. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to sit through that. I love my Bruins and my Hawkeyes, but if they were beating the team like 105 to like 22, I don't know if I'm going to sit through that. I'm probably going to sit through it because those are my teams, and I want to talk about it, but I don't know if I'm going to sit there and actually watch that full blowout because I don't really do blowouts like that. But that's for another day, that conversation. And then, but yeah, you got teams like Utah and Baylor, who I would have to actually watch them more because I feel like I know a player or two on Baylor. And I should know players on Utah because I can't remember her name, but the post player on Utah, she plays really great. Of course, Kansas State, we've seen them twice as a Hawkeyes fan. So, I know Okoye Lee and Gabby Gregory, and then you got the Glenn sisters. Florida State, again, that's a team that I would have to learn about. No players on Indiana. Yes, no players on Notre Dame. So I'm just basically hit or miss. Ole Miss with Coach Yo, they always in the mix of things, 6-2 this season. Perhaps before I get out of here, the teams that I'm most impressed with this season is Stanford. I mean, damn, they number 3 in the country. Cam Brink is balling out of her damn mind. Kiki Irfin, even Hannah Jump. I mean, like, they haven't missed a beat. Haley Jones is gone, and Stanford has not missed a beat. Cam Brink has elevated her play. I mean, this is Cameron Brink we talking about, and she's elevating her play. Like, exponentially, she has reached, like, the next tier. She has to be in running for, National Player of the Year. And I look at Stanford, and I'm like, wow, they have been absolutely balling this season. And, and then, of course, obviously, the other teams that I would be a little bit shocked by is, North Carolina State, to see them, continue to have this consistency rolling. And you guys remember how, everybody was saying when LSU lost to Colorado that, what's going on? They're going to fall apart. No, LSU was too good for that. There's no way they could crash out after one game. Yeah, it was tough to see them start the season with a loss, but LSU was loaded with too much talent for them to be sitting there losing multiple games back to back. That's insanity. And like I say, strength of schedule matters. But top 10 is nice, guys. Shocking to see Texas in there as well. And like I said, before I go, my Bruins, man, and my Hawkeyes, I mean, that's great. When you got your favorite two teams that you go hard for, that you love the most, that you root for, that you're a diehard fan of, the players, the coaches, the program, when they both in the top 5, that's crazy. I mean, because last season in March Madness, I mean, for me, to reach a Sweet 16, that's a success because we lost to South Carolina. I'm talking about the Bruins. And I thought it was a great season for us. And then to be one of only, I don't even know if there were other individuals out there like me that actually had Iowa in a bracket going all the way. And some of that was due to, me being a fanatic. But for that to turn out right, to win money off of that, to see Iowa get to the championship game, to see them knock off South Carolina. I mean, to knock off South Carolina, guys. I don't know too many seasons for me that was as great as last season. I just don't. I'd be hard pressed to find one. And quite naturally, it didn't end the way we wanted it to, losing to LSU in the championship game. But man, the Caitlin, before I go, I keep saying before I go, right? But the Caitlin Clark effect thing is real, guys. Caitlin Clark, she has been just truly, truly great for us. And so, I mean, one player elevates your team and just makes a national title contender. I don't know. We don't have the same team this year. I can't say we're going to go all the way. I definitely can't say that. In fact, I even had a saying that we reached the Elite Eight, and that will probably be the conclusion of how far we would go. But as long as you got a player like her, I say the same thing for UConn that's ranked in the top 11. UConn got Paige Beckers. As long as you got a player like that, look, as long as you got a player like Paige Beckers, as long as you got a player like Caitlin Clark, as long as you got a player like Cameron Brink, you got a chance. As long as you got a Juju Watkins like at USC, you got a chance to go far. You got some life-changing once in a generational type talent, franchise player, top one, top two draft pick type talent, you're going to go somewhere. You're going to make some noise. So there's the teams that are juggernauts like South Carolina, UCLA, LSU, teams that have loaded multiple options that can get at you. But yeah, as long as you got a Caitlin, a Paige, a Cameron Brink, Juju Watkins, you're gonna win some games and you might get hot and go as far further than you thought you could. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the games. Actually throw out my predictions before I go. I'm probably gonna take Virginia Tech tonight. Game on ESPN. There's a couple of games tonight actually. And then also I'm gonna take South Carolina in the second game. So South Carolina versus North Carolina and LSU versus I almost said West Virginia. Lord have mercy. LSU versus Virginia Tech. I'm taking Virginia Tech. I think Virginia Tech wants some get back. What y'all think? I think Virginia Tech wants some get back. Get back. I think Elizabeth Kitley is ready to come out there and say, Angel Reese, you just coming back. You missed 4 games. I've been here all season. I'm ready to put in some work like a construction worker around this piece. Elizabeth Kitley coming to bring that action tonight. And Georgia Amore, it's going to be hard for them LSU guards to keep up with Georgia Amore, especially coming off those picks. Georgia is lethal. Georgia Amore is lethal coming off them picks tonight. So I'm going to take Virginia Tech, which would be a mild upset it would be. But I think that's the game to see, guys. I think that South Carolina is going to beat the living crap up out of North Carolina tonight. And if I'm wrong, I'd be damned. With that being said, guys, I'm out of here. I want to thank all y'all for watching, for coming in. Before I go, anybody that came in and out the chat, much love to you. I'm going to try to do more lives because I don't do a lot of lives. Eventually going to try to work my way into doing some game calls. But for now, y'all know what it is. Hawkeyes fans, Bruins fans, like, share, subscribe. I'm gone.